Yeah. So, talking a bit more about the qualitative research, in terms of research design, qualitative research is quite flexible. The researcher has a bit of room to adjust. Uh, you will realize this when you get to do the research, but you will not realize this by when you get to read the research articles or research report, the final version. But if you talk to the experience of qualitative researchers, you will identify and you will see how much of flexibility they have enjoyed during the process. Unlike quantitative research, qualitative research is very you'd say iterative. It's an iterative process. You always go backward and forward. Back and forth process is quite normal in a qualitative research. In other words, even your research objectives and questions can be slightly reshaped. But in quantitative research, they have to be fixed. They have to be very clearly defined and identified at the beginning of the uh, project. But in qualitative, you can slightly change depending on the data you gather, depending on findings you come up with. Slightly you can change, and even the methodological changes you can do along the way. For example, a friend of mine did a research about environmental activism of young consumers. She initially thought she would be able to gather more information about young consumers' environmental related activities by interviewing them, by having one-to-one interviews. But then she later realized that no, it doesn't work. So she then used interviews plus photographs. She wanted these participants to take photographs of the environmental related activities they engage in. So the photos were more communicative, more informative, more insightful. They then did the discussion or interview based on the photos they brought to the interview. That was more easy. Another friend of mine did a research about alcohol consumption of young consumers. Young consumers, they thought initially again one-to-one interview would help, but then it wasn't. But what they were quite reluctant, or it was quite obvious that they were not revealing the real truth. She then adopted a method called diary method. In the diary method, what they do is they keep recording what they do in their daily routine in terms of activities they choose to do and why they choose to do. they they were supposed to maintain the diary, and then these diary records become the data. So the point is that they shifted from one-to-one interviews to diary recording along the way during the process as a result of the reflections or the experiences of initial data collection. They thought diary would do. So likewise, the design can be quite flexible in terms of selecting sample, in terms of selecting the data collection method. So that's what qualitative researchers can really enjoy doing. And then in qualitative research, as I said, qualitative researchers have the ability, or they can use methods of data generation which are quite flexible and sensitive to the social context in which data produced. So the example I told you about alcohol consumption, the young people maybe in Western societies would be more open to interviews, but in the Western society, like societies like ours, people might not be that open or genuine or comfortable to share their experiences. I remember one student came to me and asked about a research method, and she was interested in studying forensic accounting. in forensic accounting, and she wanted to study about frauds like the bond scandal and things like that, financial malpractices of organizations. And the data collection method she was proposing was again interviews and focus group discussions, like many people sitting together. So myself and the other members who were on the panel were quite doubtful about the approach she suggested. Do you think people would be comfortable to talk about, even if they're not part of it, even if they're not involved in financial frauds? Do you think they would be comfortable to talk about financial frauds of their organization, of somebody they know, comfortably in an interview? Maybe you will have to find more context specific, research problem related, sensitive data collection methods and techniques. So that's a very critical element of designing qualitative research. Right. Now, here is an important point which I would like you to seriously pay attention to. When you say qualitative research, there are different qualitative research methods you can choose from. So qualitative research is a broad approach. Within that broad approach, you have some specific methods of conducting qualitative research. Now, according to this Merriam classification, Merriam is an author. Was written a book chapter in 2002. He or she, I don't know, this particular author has introduced several data collection, sorry, not data collection, qualitative research methods, right? So the basic method they have introduced is called basic interpretative qualitative research. Phenomenology is one. Grounded theory, some of you may have heard the word grounded theory, yes. Case study is another one. Ethnographic study is another one. Narrative analysis is another one. Critical research is another approach. So you can say that you are adopting basic qualitative research, phenomenology, grounded theory, case study, narrative analysis, and critical research. So the way you identify this one is this. If you read, when you keep reading a particular study or journal article or conference paper, in the methodology section, they would say qualitative methodology is adopted without mentioning a specific qualitative method such as phenomenology or grounded theory or case study, then it is basic qualitative research. If they have adopted any of the other ones like phenomenology or grounded theory or case study, they should have definitely mentioned that in the methodology. So you would now agree with me that the article written by Nuwan Gunaratne and his team about Sri Lankan hotel industry, it clearly says that it is a case study research method. So case study research method is slightly again different from case studies you read for the subject. Now for your undergraduate studies or whatever professional degrees or whatever studies you have done so far, I'm sure you have used a lot of case studies. Now those case studies are different from what we mean by case studies here. Case studies you find for your other studies are reading materials which facilitates your learning process. Case studies are complex organizational scenarios which are presented for the purpose of understanding a particular theoretical perspective or to solve some issues they have come across with some theoretical understanding. So they are basically learning oriented reading materials, case studies. Now here what we mean by case studies is case study as a research method. Case study as a research method. So you develop a case study as a research method, and from the case you organize the data, you analyze the data, and you present your data. So here it's a case study as a research method. So already, since we have one example, you can understand they have not developed case studies as such. Case study you read for subject learning, you talk about organization, its management history, the evolution, the issues, and things like that. But this particular case study method, as a research methodology, in the article you have read, you don't find anything like that. So it's a research method. And then phenomenology is another qualitative research. I'm talking about the second point here. Phenomenology, it's a research method where you will study something from the person who experiences it. So from the point of view of somebody's experience, what somebody has experienced, what they have experienced with regards to something is basically studied through the method called phenomenology. Phenomenology is a different philosophical research method. Now it has a philosophy and also a set of methods coming under phenomenology. So phenomenology's researchers are very rare, but very interesting, very challenging research. Because in a phenomenology study, when you're doing interviews or data collection, there are specific set of guidelines to follow when you're collecting even data, right? So phenomenology is one method. Grounded theory is another qualitative research method which originated in 1960s by two scholars called Strauss and Corbin. Strauss and Glaise and Strauss. Glaise and Strauss, 1960s. This particular method emerged in the area of nursing research. Grounded theory simply means that you don't have any theoretical framework or theories to guide your study. Without reading literature, you start from the data. You identify the research problem, and then you go to the field and collect the data, analyze the data, and then you develop a theory. This is very much similar to the process I have discussed in the previous session. This one here. Now, if you can see this one, that's exactly this process is aligned with the grounded theory. You identify the problem, select the sites and the subjects, then collect the data, interpret, and then theory development. But it doesn't happen in other methods. A grounded theory goes to the field. If you're adopting grounded theory is not a theory again, right? Now, case study, when I talked about case study, I said case studies are not the case studies we read for learning purpose. Here we mean by case studies as a research method. Now, when it comes to grounded theory, what I have to say at the very beginning, that the grounded theory is not a theory as it looks or as it sounds. It's a research method. In this research method, what we do is the researcher goes to the field without having conceptual or theoretical knowledge. It's more exploratory in nature, more open. From the data, you theorize. You develop theories from the data. That is grounded theory. Ethnographic study is more common in understanding cultural and ritualistic elements of organizations. The main feature of an ethnography study is that the researcher becomes part of the field. Ethnographer directly or indirectly observes the phenomenon. Either you become a direct observer where the participants of the research will get to know that they are being observed, or participants will not know that they are being observed because the researcher is more disguised. Now, let's say, for example, how the decisions are made at board level, how the top level decisions are made in organization. You can do an ethnography study. You can go and sit in meetings. You can go and talk to them. You can go and see how the decisions are implemented, how the meetings are prepared, how the reports of meetings are presented before the meeting work, during the meeting process, and post meeting process. You can be part of that in study, ethnographers. Like what I said to you last week, Professor Nandasim Ratnapala was one of the top ethnography researchers we had, with his Biggers in Sri Lanka study and pursuits in Sri Lanka. You know, he did a lot of ethnographical studies. But today, you don't find, you know, serious ethnographers, at least in Sri Lankan context, to that extent. But we have seen some researchers who have borrowed some key features, key elements of the ethnography tradition and adopt them in their study. So they would directly not say that it's an ethnography study, but they would say that this study is developed and designed in light of the ethnography approach or ethnography tradition. But it's fantastic if you can do that. You know, organizational cultures, rituals, you know, some leadership behaviors can be studied fantastically if they adopt ethnography study. Narrative analysis is another qualitative research method where narrations are narrations are taken into consideration as the basis for the source of data. Narration means could be a full story of something, somebody's life story, maybe organizational some strategy development process. You take not structured interviews or anything like that, but the whole narration, the entire story is going to be analyzed. Let's say, for example, you can do a narrative analysis of how maybe small scale entrepreneurs introduced accounting practices, financial discipline into their how they brought financial discipline into the business, or financial management aspects into organizations over a period of time. So that story of how the financial discipline was gradually built into the organizational strategies and things like that, you collect the data in the form of a narration story. Like maybe the narration would be developed in the chronological order. If you have a discussion with the owner of a business, they would say that initially this is what I did, and then as part of their life story development, this narration would come out. So then you analyze the entire narration and get your findings. So that's what you call narrative analysis. Some would say narrative analysis is a data analysis technique. Yes, there are some qualitative research where they have used narrative analysis only as a data collection, data analysis technique. But here we talk about narrative analysis as part of the data or as a research method broadly, within which narrations are taken for data collection as well. Critical research is also one type of qualitative research, and this type of research allows us to look at some existing practices, norms, theories, or establishments or institutions critically. We are not criticizing, but we are taking a very critical glance at it. That's what you call critical research. Very rarely again you find critical research in practical form. Most of the critical research are conducted by academics for academic purpose. Practitioners very rarely, even look at research studies conducted by adopting critical research. As I said earlier, they get to critically look at some of the established norms and rituals. Say, for example, how this Sir culture destructs the organizational performance and work relationships can be conducted as a critical research. Or you can do critical research in terms of, let's say, if you want to explore how organizational something like maybe beautification, in the sense we call this workplace aesthetization. You have different maybe interior decorations, and you have You put Buddha statues or some religious symbols and artifacts as a way of beautification of organizations. So somebody can look at this whole phenomena of beautification from a very critical perspective and do critical research. So likewise, you have mm, different qualitative research methods. Right. Now I'm going to give you another activity which will take more time. Right. So what you have to do is take the article I have uploaded today, published by Merriam 2002, and read. You don't have to read specifically about basic research, because whatever that doesn't come under any of these other ones, you can classify easily as basic interpretative, the first one. You can read a little bit about phenomenology, grounded theory, case study, and ethnography study. Let's take second, third, fourth, and fifth. Phenomenology, grounded theory, case study, ethnography. Narrative analysis and critical analysis, if you can, that's fine. As a group, quickly these, read about these mm, research methods, and then each group should be able to identify from Google Scholar website or the database example for at least two of these. One example, let's say for phenomenology, another example for grounded theory. In other words, what you do is you have to identify research studies that have adopted at least two of these studies, and then take these two articles or studies, go through the methodological sections and tell us what they have done by adopting phenomenology or grounded theory. How do you say that they have adopted phenomenology and grounded theory? Maybe you will find both in grounded theory and phenomenology, they have conducted one-to-one interviews as data collection method, which is okay, by the way. But the type of question they try to answer, the nature of the research they have done might be somewhat different. It should not necessarily be about accounting and finance related research. You can find any business related topic, because our intention is to understand the application of these concepts in real research world. Are the instructions clear? Right. So I'm going to sir, only phenomenology. Somebody has asked. So only phenomenology and grounded theory we have to do. No, there is nothing like that. You can do basic qualitative research. I don't think you will get to do phenomenological study for your project, because phenomenology phenomenology requires a deep level of understanding of the method, of the philosophy of phenomenology by both researcher and the supervisor, which I don't think is possible within the time you have. It may not be a phenomenological study. And also it has to have a proper fit between the topic and the phenomenology approach. So most of you will do either case study or I don't think even ethnography, but some ethnography related techniques you would adopt, mm, or basic qualitative research you would do. Right, good question. Right. So I'm going to put you back into groups, same groups. I'll make 10 groups. You can self-assign yourself into the group you worked before. Right, for Silva innada? Silva and Lakshmi. Can you hear me? Group number 6.
Yes, sir.
Right. ඔය දෙනට වැඩි කරගෙන යන්න පුළුවන් නේද?
Okay, sir.
Right. Okay. Great. Group number 5, Divakaran, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So only 2 members.
Yes.
Others are not joining yet, sir. We will discuss this.
Right. Okay. Group number one, I mean your group, any challenges, anything you'd like to discuss? Were you able to find articles or what?
Yes, sir. Still I'm searching.
Google.
Yes.
What you can do is share the screen.
Okay, sir. I share something.
You can share the screen and then others can help you, because even if you don't see, let's say qualitative research, case study research, grounded theory, or so change the search terms.
Yeah, the reason is not mentioned clear the methodology. What I discussed in the session. Cannot identify directly whether this is a case study or grounded theory.
Download the article and do a word search. Type the case study, word, and Control F. Type Control F and do the search. Grounded theory accounting research or something. Keep trying, because you have 5 members. If at least one member try 5 minutes, you should be able to find something.
Okay, sir. Okay, fine.
Thank you, sir.
Right? Am I still in group number 1? Which group am I in? Am I in group 1 or? Right. How are you going? Were you able to find articles, at least one?
Yes, sir, we have found
Great. Yes, great.
for
Then yeah, you have 5 more minutes to go.
Okay, sir. For phenomenology and case study, we have found.
Fantastic. Great.
ඇනලයිස් කළ තියෙන කොන්ටිටේටිව් එක.
What is this one? මේක ආටිකල් එකක්ද ඔයගොල්ලෝ ගත්ත එක? ආටිකල් එකක්ද නැත්නම් පොත මෙතඩොලොජි chapter එකක්ද?
අපි ගත්තේ නැහැ.
Right, okay. What method have they used? Case study ද එහෙම නැත්නම් general qualitative research එකක්ද? Show me the abstract, please. The leading method to study this problem is the method of constructing the metrics of producers efficiency and the commodities competitiveness, which allows the article proposes methodological approach to. No, this is a conceptual paper. This is not an empirical paper. This doesn't seem to have primary data. This is a paper where they talk about concepts and propose some sort of methodological conceptual approach. I don't think this is helping you at this point. Focus
Okay,
on
sir.
something else.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Right. How are you going? Any help, support, assistance?
So we are looking for some articles like which
You couldn't find any so far.
I still couldn't find any.
Okay.
Just
What about the others in the group? Are they on mobile phone or are you separately looking, searching for?
Sir,
Or,
yeah,
huh?
we are separately looking, sir.
Okay, great. Yes.
so just I found one article, but it doesn't say which approach they are using.
Huh.
But what they have done.
Sometimes it's difficult to
Yeah.
Okay, it is
But
difficult. It is difficult, but I want you to get the feel of it and also the experience of finding out right article, because you're going to do it anyway next semester. Plus, gradually you will get into the right way of getting the right article. Don't worry about it. Keep searching. I'll give you some tips at the end of this discussion.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Right, please tell me your experience, whether you're able to find articles. If you don't have to tell me anything about what you found, but you just tell me whether you were able to find articles and about what methodology and what difficulties you have encountered. Group number 1. Group number 1.
Yes, sir.
Were you able to find articles?
We were able to find some articles. The reason is we were not clearly identified the methodology.
Okay, right. Okay. So,
That's the reason.
okay, I'll give you some tips then. Group number 2, what's your experience?
I'm Rubini from group number 2. We found a case study method, and also we found grounded method, but after we going through the article, there was also using case study.
Okay, no problem at all, because you can, that's a very good point you identified. Thank you for bringing that, identifying that so quickly. Sometimes you can do a qualitative research, a case study, and a case study develop a case study research in the form of a grounded research. So grounded theory method and case study method can be coupled. So that's a really good example. Though we talk about these methods differently, sometimes you can see a mix of them, which is a very good finding. And thank you, and keep that article with you. That's fine. And I appreciate you picking that up so quickly. Good. Group number 3.
So I'm Anruddhika from group number 3.
Yes, Anruddhika.
We found 2 articles. One is about phenomenology, right?
Fantastic.
Yeah. So it was talking about.
No, you don't have to tell me about the details. Details we discuss in the next session. And the other article?
It's about the grounded theory.
Grounded theory. Okay. Are they related to accounting or general management?
It's related to accounting and general management as well.
Fantastic. Okay, good. Group number 4.
Yes, sir. I'm Mirandi from group number 4.
Yeah. What was your progress, Mirandi?
So we have found articles from case study and phenomenology methods.
Are they counting or?
They are accounting, as well as they are one is from perspectives from beginning health science. Likewise.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, just keep it, no problem. Now, group number says that we are group 4 and we found 8 articles. It was easier to find articles this time than last week, as we knew keywords to search. Fantastic. Thank you for sharing these insights. Most articles, they say, most articles had words like ethnographic approach, case study approach in the title. But the thing is, we did not have time to check details about the contents of the article. That's fine. You don't have to. You can't. I'm not expecting. But getting into this habit of finding articles and being familiar with it is what is important at this point. And then gradually we will build our knowledge based on that. If you find it little easier than last time, that means we have improved. We have learned something. We have gained something out of the discussion. So group number 4, thank you for sharing that. I'm sure others would have felt the same thing. Maybe you end up with 0 articles, that's fine. But that process makes you stronger, makes you more confident. That's what I want you to experience and feel at this point. Right, group number 5, what was your experience?
Sir, we found articles, sir, but we couldn't find the methodology. But there was
okay. Are they accounting articles or?
Accounting and reporting articles.
Are they qualitative?
Yes, quantitative.
Fantastic. Just keep them. Keep them.
And there wasn't summary of methodology, sir, but in detail we searched for that, but we couldn't find that.
Okay, next time you can. I'll tell you at the end of this discussion what you need to do with the articles you found.
Okay,
right.
Thank you, sir.
I just want to hear your experience now.
Okay.
Number 6.
Yes,
number
sir,
6.
I'm Lakshmi from group number 6. Group number 6, I am Lakshmi, sir.
Yeah.
There are two numbers, Prasanna and me. We refer to three articles, but two articles they are difficult to find what is methodology used.
Okay.
But one article it is clearly mentioned in the they use the case study method.
Okay, right. Thank you. And keep that article. Is it an accounting one? Is the study accounting related? So, okay, thank you. So somebody from your group is chatting and they say it's accounting. Very good. Group number 7. Someone from group number 7.
Sir, I'm Chanuk again here,
Yes,
right?
Chanuk. Yes.
Yes, we were looking for some accounting related articles, but actually we were some we faced some difficulties to differentiate whether this article is related to quantitative research to qualitative research, but we were looking to
were you able to differentiate between quantitative and qualitative, at least whether it was quantitative or qualitative?
actually the items we have taken almost we could conclude them as quantitative.
Okay, so for the next discussion, you will be able to find. Okay, right.
Yeah.
Thank you, and I appreciate your effort. Group number 8.
Thank you, sir.
So we found an article, it's related to the case study approach, and for the other methods, we weren't able to find any article.
That's okay. And is it an accounting one?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, fantastic. Group number 9.
Yes, sir. We have found the article on qualitative phenomenological study method. It is about the higher education.
All right, okay, no problem. Usually you can find out of education.
Higher education of Afghanistan women.
Right, okay, no problem. Keep that article with you. And next one, group number 10.
Yes, we found 3 articles, and 2 of them used case study approach, and 1 of them used grounded theory.
Are they all accounting?
No, one is accounting related, and the other one in about general education, and the other one is about software engineering.
Right, okay, fantastic. No problem. You don't have to remove any of this. Don't throw away anything. Just keep all of them. And then what I'm going to show you is some of the search I did while you were working on your work. I was also doing some search. Let me share my screen here. Can you see the screen? The Google Scholar screen on.
Yes, sir.
Right. Now these are some terms these are some of the search terms I used. I used integrated reporting within bracket. Sorry, integrated reporting, comma, case study. So then the search will give you both integrated reporting and case studies are mentioned in the article. Now see, in this one, integrated reporting by both South African companies, integrated reporting by South African companies, a case study. See, that could be one article. What integrated reporting change, the case study of early adopters. See, it's another case study. Case study, as some of you have found out, is easy to locate because a lot of your type of studies are conducted as case studies. What I want you to do is basically while you are doing this exercise, you will be able to have a feeling that as what type of topics or what type of areas or what type of research questions can use case study method, right? So there are some examples, and then I did another search based on accounting ethnography. I put the 2 terms, accounting, comma, phenomenology. Accounting, comma, phenomenology, and this is what I came up with. Politics of transcendence, humanistic phenomenology and accounting policy. This is a conceptual paper. This is a conceptual paper. And this one here, second one, accounting for phenomenology, and varieties of authority verbal hallucination within predictive processing framework. This could be, I don't know, as it looks, this could be a primary database research. And then accounting for experience, phenomenological growths and supportive life worlds. This is another research. So likewise, you can study the growth and development ecosystem phenomenology. Now, this is a phenomenological study, but not related to accounting. That's fine. So now a book is not relevant. So you can keep searching like this. And then I did a search on accounting grounded theory. Now, something like this. See, remaining consistent with method and analysis of grounded theory research in accounting. This is obviously not a data-based research. This is sort of a conceptual paper. What you can then do is, if you can find something like this, you can see here that this particular article argument has been referred to by 85 other scholars in their studies. So some of these may be grounded theory-based research. So what you can do is just take it onto a different tab here and go through them. You will be able to identify some of the issues. Now here they talk about grounded theory in practice, again a conceptual paper. But if you keep looking at this, you will find even role of accounting theory in development of accounting principles. There also you find some of them seem to be conceptual papers, but still, if you keep looking at this, you will be able to find. This is not an easy task. This is not an easy task. How to identify conceptual paper in Google Scholar? That comes with experience. Don't worry about it. You will get to know about it, because if the topic sounds like a conceptual argument, if they're proposing some theory or conceptual model or highlighting issues and things like that, they are more conceptual papers. But if they say that, you know, Sri Lankan experience, American experience, or a study of 500 companies and things like that, if they have some, if they are alluding to the empirical side in the title, if they are alluding to the subjects in the title, accountant's perspective, senior accountant's perspective, financial manager's view, that seems, those kind of studies seem to be empirical or database. Whereas if the topic sounds more like a method, or critiquing a method, or developing or proposing new method, they are more conceptual in nature. That's how we do that. But it comes naturally. And then I did ethnography study also. You can find some. But don't worry about it. At this point, just keep the articles you have referred to, and then we will discuss deeply about each method based on the articles you have selected. What you can do is, as a group, maybe have one meeting before our next session. I don't know when that's going to be. Have a discussion for about maybe half an hour in terms of what the topic is, what sort of data collection methods they have used. Those of you who have not selected a qualitative study just yet, try to find one. If you are still unable to locate an article, please feel free to contact me, send me a text message or something. I'll help you find out a qualitative paper. But before that, before the next session, have a discussion about what you found, maybe for half an hour. Keep notes, take notes. That's all you can do. Right, we will stop here, and I'll see you whenever I see you next. I still do not know. I mean, I can't remember. They have given me the calendar, but is it next week? Impact marketing research class. Do we have a session next week? According to my calendar, we are again meeting on 26th of June, not next week, week after. So during that time, have a glance at least one of the articles you went through. Right, okay then. Good luck, stay safe. I'll see you on 26th, Saturday. Start the class at 11:30 like what we did today.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Right,
Thank you, sir.
okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck, stay safe.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.